how to win friends and influence people, how to win people to your way of thinking. We're on the principle that says, if you're wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. Dale Carnegie shares a story of an art editor and a gentleman who brings him art. And he says the person was taking this course from him, and he says he wanted to try this out. And he says on one particular occasion, he took some art to this gentleman, the editor, and it was wrong. There was a slight error, not a big deal, but slight. But the editor was known for berating people. So he headed over to his office to deal with the situation. He said, I just knew he was going to be upset. And he said, I decided I'm going to try this. So he got to his office and he started to light into himself. And this is what he said. He says, I am at fault, and there's absolutely no excuse for my blunder. I've been doing drawings for you for a long time, and I should have known better. I'm ashamed of myself. And he says, immediately the gentleman started to defend him. He says, yes, you're right, but after all, this isn't a serious mistake, and it is only... And he said, I interrupted him. I cut him off. He said, any mistake, I said, may be costly, and they are all very irritating. He started to break in, but I wouldn't let him. I was having a grand time. For the first time in my life, I was criticizing myself, and I loved it. He said, I should have been more careful, I continued. You give me a lot of work and you deserve the best, so I'm going to do the drawing over. The gentleman said, no, I wouldn't think of putting you through all of this. He praised my work and assured me that my mistake was only minor, and he said, I left with much more business than when I started. He says, if we know that we're going to be rebuked anyhow, isn't it far better to beat the other person to the punch and do it ourselves? My friends, if you will let the other person see that you can see things from their perspective, the whole situation changes. If you're wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically.